Alright, here we are. This is it. If you are watching this now, this could be a warning of what never to do. This could be a complete failure. I literally have no idea what's going to happen. I'll tell you right now, these decals were definitely not my best work. And well, putting them on was good work. But in the light, I can see the film. So whatever I sealed them with was really thick. But otherwise, they sat down nicely. So we did a good job putting them on. The decals themselves are not that great quality. But here we go. We're going to do liquid talent. I don't know what's going to happen. This could be a complete disaster. A total failure. And we're about to find out. So let me open her up. We are going to use a green shade. So I've got a brown brush here. Got some distilled water ready. Got my paper towel ready. Let's get my brush wet a little bit. So here we go. I don't know what is going to happen. I literally have no idea. This brush is huge. It's probably not the best choice. I'm not sure if I should even use it. Well, we're going in. Let's go in. Let's get some on the brush. Here we go. Let's start with this end and see what happens. Let's check. Definitely not the best brush. I might change brushes here in a second. I'm not liking this brush too much. Okay, I think that's okay. It's working, but I probably could have been better with my choice of brushes. So I might go ahead, stop here for a second, and change out brushes. It's not bad. It's really not all that bad. I don't think it's going to work for the side though, but check it out. That's what we got. That's what we're going to deal with. Alright, I'm going to find a smaller brush. Okay, we're going to go ahead and use the same brush that we used on this. So, one end done. Let's go ahead and do another end. See if we got the right brush. So I'm going to get a little liquid talent on the brush. Let's see what we get now. Okay, this brush is definitely faster. Okay, I'm trying to get the pools out. Not bad. Next one. Do the same end, the B end, the brake wheel end. There are no brake wheels for these. We will have to eventually scrounge a brake wheel. Well, we are getting the teal effect that I was looking for. Now, if we do this in a large group, we probably are not going to be looking at doing a teal. Probably be looking at doing some other color. But hey, this is what I had on hand. So this is what we're doing. All right. I'm gaining confidence. It's starting to look like something. Go back to number one. Let's go to the other end. Okay, let's get a little bit. We got our decals set down quite nicely, but whatever I used to seal them with is really thick. So if you hold it in the light just right, you can see the film on the decals. But that's kind of the way it goes on pretty much any decal. If you decaled it, there are like microscale decals. If you get them down right, they're good to go. Because they're made very well. But if you make them yourself, like I do, sometimes, especially on big decals, there's no getting around. There's going to be an edge. Alright, I am liking the way this is working. Not bad. Okay, let's go to the next one. Let's hit his end again. Okay, get a little bit. I gotta keep my eye on the camera here and make sure that you can see what I'm doing. Okay, I'm dabbing up the big pools from the ladder. I don't want huge pools in the ladder. I want a little pool, not a great big one. All right, good to go. Next one. So I think if we get it pooled in the ladder, and then once we got it spread out everywhere, we go back and we dab it. Now, you remember, this thing looks like finger painting in first grade before we did this. That ain't bad. Okay. Alright then. What are we going to do? We're going to hit the roof? All the ends are done. So here we go. I have no idea what is about to happen. I just don't know. I don't know if this is going to turn out like crap, if it's going to turn out good, if this is going to be a warning to you to never do this. Because it sure could be. It could totally be a warning. And I can see right now this is... I really did. I put the gloss coat on this and it definitely... As we spread it, as we keep working it, I'm going to work it back and forth a little bit, and then I'm going to go this way as it starts to get traction. Get some traction on it. Oh yeah, I can feel the traction. We are getting traction on it. So now that means we got to be careful. It's an acrylic on top of an acrylic, so that means that we could be pulling up the paint underneath. Well, we definitely got a green roof, all right. But it... Okay, so it is a little better. It's got kind of a neat effect. We'll see how... Let's see how it turns out. Let that one pool. Let's get another one. I would say we need a little more. We need quite a lot. We got to work it in. it's going to start to dissolve the paint underneath it, and then it gains some traction, and we get a smoother effect. Yeah, it only takes a couple of seconds too for it to start biting into that green underneath. Okay, if we were to dip our brush in alcohol, it would really, really bite into it. And that is not... What we have is distilled water. But I've got some alcohol ready. I don't want to go to the alcohol because it will really, really bite hard. So if we can gain some traction... Just by brushing it, I can start to feel the paint get sticky. Once it gets sticky, it starts to take hold, and the pooling gets a little nicer. Okay, not terrible. Moving on. Next one. Okay, so now we know we need quite a bit. We need a lot. And we need it all over. So we're going to get it into every spot here on these ribs. And then it's going to start to take hold as we start brushing. I think we will brush to the middle. We're just going to go back and forth. And as this liquid talent starts to dissolve the green underneath a little bit, starting to smooth out. And the more you brush on one spot, the more traction you gain. But we don't want too much. We don't want to wreck it. Okay, our effect is starting to show up. I think that ain't bad. Okay, let's go back to the first one. Ooh, it's starting to look like something. We could hit that again if we wanted to. I don't know what's going to happen if we hit it again. Okay, now I definitely do not want to go back and forth. I just want to follow the ribs. As I just saw, going back and forth is going to leave some mighty, mighty brush strokes. Now, if we wanted to do some extracurricular work on it, I'm going to do a little distilled water here, where I've got a little pooling problem. I'm just going to wash that up. Okay. We're getting something. We're getting somewhere. Let's let that sit. Let's see what we got over here. Let's hit him with some water. Let's hit him with some water across and see what happens. Getting some bubbles. Probably gotta slow down. You ain't gonna be winning any contests with this, but it's taking shape. I will say, working in orange and yellow is really easy. Working in green is hard. We're doing the hard stuff here. Okay, let's let him sit. This guy still needs to sit. Who gets to be first for the real deal? Looks like it's going to be you. This is it. Here it is. We're going to hit it. This is it. Don't know what's going to happen. Let's see what happens when we hit this door. Okay, there's our door. Let's hit the edge. Let's hit the top. Should turn out teal. Okay, we've hit the top. Alright, let's start working it. Get the ladder first. We're going to have a lot of pooling in the ladder, so we'll go back and pull shade from the ladder. Ooh, it's setting up quick too, so that means we don't want to let it sit. If it's not stroked in the right way, don't let it sit, because I can see right now that you are getting, I'm getting a line. Got a bit of a line on that one. Do we have a match? Add a little water. Want it to run all the way to the bottom, so that I can wipe it off to the side a little bit. I want a little bit on the bottom. Do we got something? Well, we'll find out in a minute. So far, I think we might have something. We might have done what we were supposed to do. Let's hit this door. Not going to make the mistake of going sideways across the top again. That was bad. Well, it wasn't that bad, but it was not good. Let's get her up in the top. Okay. Now, when I've seen videos where they do this. They dip their model into the shade and then they just set it out and let it run. Okay, let's hit the next one. Let's hit that door. Let's see if we can just hit the top without getting onto the flat surface. Okay. You ever heard of anybody painting a teal boxcar? I know there are some New York Central and some Penn Central ones that are a very light green color. Okay, let's see if we can fix that ladder up. Okay. Okay. Let that one run. Alright, going back to the first one. Let's flip them around and hit another side. This stuff is drying really fast. I'm touching the roof right now and it is almost not even sticky. So you do not have a lot of time before this will set up. Okay, we'll get him to sit in the door. Alright, leave that guy. Let's go to the next one. We're not getting much on the ground. Okay, now we got it. Ooh, that's a lot. We got to be careful on that side to side movement on the flat surface. I can see right now. We get that side to side, it sets up immediately, and you get a brush stroke across the top, which we don't want. Now I got a lot on here. We're going to go with it. I'll just throw some on the end again. Yep, so I can get all this excess, throw it on the ends. Because the ends aren't seen so much, I think it's okay if we put our excess on the end. But if we're getting a good pool, which we are, got two sides done. What this guy? You got two sides? Nope. Another side. I need to make something to make sure I don't spill these things. That is something I watch the really good modelers who use this. They have a thing that they make to make sure they don't spill their paints. And I'm thinking I need to adopt that practice. We're doing a pretty good job here. I think we're doing a real good job here. Okay, he's good to go. I'm going to say this guy looks decent. Let's see what happens if we try a little water on him. Oh yeah, that's probably not, that one probably wasn't the smartest idea. I'm going to say we are not doing that on all of them, because it uncovered some spots right away. So we should probably leave him alone. This guy has definitely got a spot on him. I'm going to see what happens. Oh, there goes the train. See if we can wet her down with some water. Get some good flow. Not too heavy. Alright, this is definitely not for everyone. Too many of you will not be able to handle this. Too many of you will literally stroke out if you attempt this. And I'm guessing that for a large group, we would probably go with yellow or orange. I'm thinking yellow, because yellow's really easy to do. Yellow is my favorite. But did we get something? I'm gonna have to say that we did. I'm gonna have to say I think we got it. I think we're gonna have something here. Okay, we got both sides? Yep. Oh, I can definitely see in this decal there is a bubble right there. I am probably going to leave them alone. I could solve set that, but then I risk wrecking the whole thing. Alright, I say we were going to give this 10 minutes. 10 minutes at the drying station. And then see how it turns out. Alright, it has now been 5 minutes. We're done. This is what we got. The green door turned out okay. We ended up with the teal. The decals are not bad. The decals, putting them on, was excellent. The finish on the decals underneath the green shade is pretty good. Now, this car is not going to be, this ain't going to be a contest car. But on your layout, this is totally operational. What can we do to improve it? I think if we dry brushed brown across the top here, which we could do, that would be a cool effect. Perhaps a little, actually, you know what we're going to do? Hold on for a second. Alright, let's try this. Some makeup from the dollar store. Basically different shades of rust. I want to try something here. Now normally I put this on with my finger and works just fine. I'm not sure how we're going to get it across the top here, but it came with this little sponge thing. Let's try this dark one. I don't know if this is going to work or not. We'll try it on the end first. I'm going to seal these. I'm going to do, one of them is going to be satin. One is going to be not getting much traction with that. Let's try some on my finger. Oh yeah, there we go. So I'm going to make one of them. One of them's going to be satin, one of them's going to be dull. So we can see how they are. There we go. Get a little something. A little bit of something on there. Maybe just a little on the end. Not terrible. Just a little. Okay. I'm going to risk it. I'm going to go for the roof. A little bit on the roof. Okay. A little dollar store makeup. See if we can get a little. What I'm looking for is just a little bit more contrast. Now there's a roof walk for this. You can see on the CNW one that I did. Here's the yellow. Super easy. Yellow was super easy. Yellow is actually my favorite color, but I've done so much yellow stuff. Thought I can't be stuck doing all yellow. I gotta branch out, do something a little less yellow. And a little rub down. It ain't bad. Ain't bad at all. Just gives it just a little something. Just a little something. Not a lot. Just a little bit. Okay, remember, I did this literally like, less than 5 minutes ago. And we are rubbing on dry brush. Okay, that's it on that one. Calling that one good. Okay. Oh, and the ladder. a little here, a little there. Right, just a little something somewhere. A bit on the sides. A little on the end. Just rub it around. We're getting kind of a neat effect with this, right? I don't know about you, but I like it. I have no idea what's going to happen when I clear coat this, but I'm going to do them different so that I can see what the difference is. There's a little something there now. Little dollar store makeup. Who knew? Huh? Who knew? One more. Make some parts just stand out a little differently. Stand out just a little differently. Right? Right? Are we're starting to warm up to this thing? I think we are. I know, it's teal, right? Teal. Who works in teal in model railroading? Who works in that? Not many. Not a lot of people like to work in teal. And literally, I picked teal because, and I asked the guy at the store who's a really, really good painter, and he said, look on the phone app, which I downloaded, put on my phone, where you select the color and it shows you what it's going to look like. And I said, okay, I'm going to pick a color that I think is harder than other colors. And I thought, man, if you want to get a hard color, teal has got to be one of the hardest colors, and it is. But holy, I'm starting to like it a lot. We got something. I think we got it. I think we're good. Yeah, and I can use this makeup. These spots where it pooled, the makeup grabs onto that quite nicely. Anywhere that I don't like the pooling, I can grab on with this makeup. Okay, now we've got something. We're calling it. We're calling it good. I believe we have done some good work here. I believe we have done some excellent work here. And we can call it. We're going to say we're done. Okay, now, I don't know what the total video time is going to be, but that's roughly me doing everything plus going off the reservation a little bit and demonstrating some things. Okay, so here's one of the boxcars. This one's got the roof wax. If I was going to put the roof wax on these, I'd probably make them silver so they have aluminum finish first. Then I would put on the liquid talent and give them a little contrast. Here's our problem going forward. We have now proven that we can do it. And if we can do it in teal, we can do this for real. Look at this. We put teal on here. Remember we put Kraken skin? We put Kraken skin because it was a color we had. Not because we were trying to match anything. We just had it. and turned out. Dang, I'm starting to really like this. Now here's the problem I got. So I laser cut this. This is a piece of acrylic. These things do not have underframes. Now my laser cut acrylic fits perfect in here. Perfect. Here is the center sill that I cut. Fits perfect. So, oh, this one, that's a short one. But that's the problem right there. Okay, it drops down in. Because there ain't nothing for it to grab onto. Yet. There's nothing to grab onto yet. So that technical difficulty we're going to work out. And these acrylic pieces, for the underframe, there are guys, and many of you know some, who know how to detail an underframe to ridiculous level. So we're just going to make underframe and center sill and leave it up to the masters to figure out brake pipes and air lines and things. Those guys will solve that problem. We're just going to make it so you can mount trucks and couplers to it, and it is ready to roll, and we can glue some lead weight to the top of this and meet the weight standard, and we will be ready to roll. All right, so there they are, the 3 boxcars we did at one time, and I really, really like the way these turned out. I mean, I think they look excellent. Are they going to win a contest? No, they're not. If you throw them into your mix on your layout, will they grab some attention? Yes, they will. They will get a little bit of attention. People will like the way these look. People like the way they like this contrast. Some guys like them factory new. This is not a rust bucket. It looks like it's been out there a little bit. And that's what we're going for. Alright, so I'm going to seal them up. And then when I get around to putting on the trucks, we'll do a follow-up. So I'm going to say mission accomplished.